Norway won tonight. They beat Gibraltar 3-0. Slightly irrelevant result. For Arsenal fans, though, one incident in the game was important. Martin Odegaard went off injured, looked like he rolled his ankle. Don't know how long he'll be out, no news on that. But, of course, a little bit earlier on Drive, we were talking about Martin Odegaard and whether he is going to be a player that Arsenal have to go all out to try and bring to the Emirates Stadium. Danny, what have you made of him so far? Good game against West Ham at the weekend. Is that the sort of player Arsenal need?
Yeah, it is. He's a quality player, isn't he? But if he keeps putting in quality performances, he may have other options. That is for sure. He might have the option to go back to Madrid, or other clubs will possibly come in for him. And as much as Arsenal might want to keep him, he might look and go, oh, hang on a minute, I've got better offers, slightly higher up with a better chance of progressing and winning things a little bit quicker.
What do you think Arsenal would have to do to keep him? What do they have to offer?
Guaranteed football and more money than anyone else.
The game's the game.
It's simple football.
Yeah. Other clubs that could go in for him, though, the Norwegian link with Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, rumours of Erling Haaland, whether Manchester United have the money or the inclination to make that happen is another story. But he might use his prior relationships to try and get a massive summer with those two players.
But any player that plays well is going to be courted by a lot of Premier League sides. And then, some of the best around Europe. Could he fit into a Dortmund side? Quite easily. If they're going to sell, and get rid of some of their players as we expect them to, they'll have money. They could take him. Guarantee him football week in, week out. Possibly guarantee him Champions League as well. Give him a real good platform. So that's not beyond a possibility either, is it? So good players will always have options. And I have to remember, he's only on loan at the moment.
I just think it's interesting what's coming up with the transfer window this summer, and then the sheer number of players that can move. I know we spoke a little bit earlier on to Alex Kirkland from ESPN talking about Spain, Philippe Coutinho today, the rumours that he might be available for £35 million. Do you see him coming back to the Premier League, and which team, if so?
There's going to be a lot of players out of contract, come the end of this year, and obviously, finances are still going to be tight because we're still going to be sort of in COVID times. Effectively, and it's going to be really interesting, who goes where, because these players are still going to be trying to demand top wages, but they might have to have a little bit of a rethink. All these players that thought, you know what, I'll be really clever 18 months ago, I'll run my contract down, and then when I come to the end of it, I'm going to get a massive bumper free transfer and a huge salary. Suddenly now a lot of those clubs going, well, oh no, here you go, take it or leave it. Because a lot of clubs don't have the finances to get into a bidding war.
Liverpool fans having a little bit of a conversation on social media earlier on whether he would fit in back at the club. The question was, would you have him if you're a Liverpool fan back?
Well, if he improves your first 11, then definitely. But if
he improves the squad?
Is he better than Jota? How well he's done, in the first part of it. Would they be better off bringing Jota in more sort of, regularly and going out and getting a number 9? Would the money be better spent more wisely elsewhere within the squad? Possibly, I would say, rather than bringing back, the Coutinho.
Centre-back?
No, Coutinho can't play centre-half. No, exactly. And this is the point, and even in the midfield areas as well, isn't it? They've got to maybe bolster that as well. So, again, I think clubs are now looking to spend more wisely. I know they're still spending a lot, but it appears that they're trying to spend more wisely at times.